right. We here. Another beautiful Wednesday evening. DJ Hampton Stampede.
DJ Ham does it.
Handlers here. Adrian to my right, I think. Furious Styles, aka Sean to my left. P to my left. Aisha, Alex, comedian Q Turner. We all in the building. We're gonna let some people file in and shit. I know they've been waiting all week for us, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you for missing love at first sight. I know that's very important to some of you eggs, so shout out to y'all. Alex, can you speak for the eggs? What do you get out of love at married at first sight?
The show's called Married at First Sight. Thank you.
Put him in the fucking bathroom. Put him in the fucking bathroom.
My bad, my finger slipped.
Sure. No, I just got into it. But I only like to see the black couples on there.
Bruh.
That's it. White couples are pretty boring.
What were you saying?
Put him in.
Okay. All right. So look, like, share, subscribe. We're on Apple Podcasts, Twitch. We're on Facebook, obviously, YouTube. We're also streaming on Twitter tonight. We have Spotify and then Anchor as well. So those links will be in the description. So follow. I know it's sometimes easier while you're driving to listen, but obviously seeing us is I think the best experience. So everybody good?
Great.
All right. Let's get right into it. So we go to school in different places. We grow up in different places. We move to different places for work. Whatever the case, whatever the catalyst is. So is the person you're with, your partner, is it based on proximity or destiny? Right? Because you date where you live. Even when you look at crime, 80% of crime is done where people reside at, right? It's not black on black crime, it's proximity crime, right? Blacks kill blacks because that's who you live around, right? You remember in Aurora, Colorado, when that white guy shot up the movie theater?
Mm-hmm.
It was all white people that died because that's the only people that lived there, right? So proximity matters in a lot of things. So your partner, your spouse, the person you with, is it based on proximity or is it destiny? Adrian, we'll start with you.
I think it's based on proximity. That's why I think it's good to like move around, to experience different things, to meet different types of people. Like I look at everybody who I grew up with and everybody who stayed there, they're all with those same types of people. But because my proximity, I think, is so much bigger now, just due to traveling, living in different places, meeting different people, it just broadened like my choices. But I don't believe in destiny anyway. Like I don't believe it's one person out there waiting for you and that y'all automatically are going to be together. It's choice. It's choice. And so the more you move around, the more you experience different things, the more you expand your proximity, the better choices you have.
So have you ever had a long distance relationship?
Yeah, I have. I'm in one right now.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Adrian treading lightly.
Valentine's Day.
That could be destiny.
Explain that to us. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me put his ass right here. All right. Explain us. So you saying that it's proximity, but you in a long distance relationship. Please explain.
So the beautiful thing about like with social media and everything, you can meet people from different places. So it expands your proximity. So that's how I ended up meeting her, was via I think like Clubhouse. And so we just started just naturally just having a conversation based upon divorce, and so that's how we just started talking, started connecting. Then eventually, I fly out there, I see her, flew her out here to see me a few times, and now it's like, all right, cool.
You got flued out?
Yeah, now, I don't got it like that. I jumped on Hopper, wait for it to say bye, get the ticket at about 200. I ain't balling like that, but I don't think it was destiny. I think it was proximity.
So to clarify though, you're
Mhm.
saying proximity isn't literal.
Right.
Okay.
But it can be because of the internet, your proximity can expand so much more. You see what I'm saying? Because
But you're
had it not been for that, I never would have met her.
I understand, but my question was more in the sense like people literally live next to you,
Right.
Oh yeah.
like literal proximity. But you're saying proximity. So you're saying it's endless if it's based on the internet.
Now it can be, especially with COVID and everything being internet based. Because if this don't work, I'm going to Nigeria, man. You know what I'm saying? Right via the internet. I'm gonna join one of them Nigerian dating sites or something, and I'm done with American women after this one. So
Okay. So P, we coming to you. Is your partner spouse based on proximity or is it destiny?
I don't really believe in destiny, so proximity. But similar to what Adrian said, like I think not only the internet, like your definition of literal proximity is almost kind of obsolete now, right? Because of the internet, but also because of people's financial status. So the more money, the more wealth you have, whatever that looks like, my proximity could be from DC to Connecticut because those are the places that I can get to. Those are the places that I can go to however I want to. Not just with the internet, but because I have the means to do so. And so for that purpose, I would still say proximity because again, it's about who I have access to and who has access to me.
Okay. Alex, what you think?
Destiny. I feel like everyone in my life, um, we met at the right place, at the right time, in the right situation. But I do understand how within proximity, a lot of individuals end up being together. You ever like I remember being in high school and working at like fast food places, and there was always coworkers dating one another. And it was just because of this happens to be the group that we're with. We're around the same age. We're single, so they were in their proximity to one another. But I do feel like destiny is a real thing. And I think once your proximity is expanded, just finding the moments and just even connecting with some people, I feel like some of those things, the timing is divine, I feel like, for me in my life.
So you're saying that your proximity is based on your destiny then? Right? You're destined to be with that person who, whatever you believe in, or if it's divine intervention is going to put you in that person's proximity.
I guess you could say that because if I didn't go to the college that I went to, I wouldn't have met my husband.
Were you contemplating going to another school?
Yes. So another school, but my school responded first. And that's just how it ended up being there. And we had been on campus and we had mutual friends, but we had never met. And then when we did, again, it was still a period of waiting for the proper timing.
Okay. I think that's fair. Q, is it based on proximity or destiny? Your spouse, partner, whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna say destiny, because I'm currently dating someone right now, and we constantly are sharing stories about how we've been at the same places around the same time, like meaning the same years, and we never crossed paths. And it's like I think that it was because it just wasn't our time to meet each other. So now we have, and I personally do believe in destiny. I think people come into your life with a purpose. I don't think it's just by chance you run into people or meet people. And I say that because this person, so we were both in Connecticut, but they're not even from Connecticut originally. So I don't think that it's just a proximity thing. I definitely believe it's destiny.
Okay. Yeah. Sean, what you think? Your partner, spouse based on your proximity or destiny?
I don't ever believe it to be proximity at all. I think it's always destiny. You can live in the same 20-mile radius as someone and never ever run into them. Same grocery store, uh, same bar, same restaurant, whatever, same club. You could never run into them. So I believe it's always destiny, no matter where you're at. Um, and in my personal experience, has been what I would consider destiny as well. I was running late from work. If I'm on time, I probably don't run into
Mm-hmm.
her. Right? That was years ago. And
Now,
then,
now to be clear, you're always late.
right. So what if I decided to be on time that day? No, I mean, and then circle back. Um, didn't make the connection right away, and then I come back to the job after I left, and look who's there, still there. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't, and that's we lived in the same area, frequented the same spots, all of that, but never made the connection, never bumped into each other until it was what you would consider fate or destiny.
Okay.
And I hustled across the street to make it across the street while she was walking across the street. I could have took my time, strolled and thought about the clouds or something. No, I made it across the street a little faster.
So you made it happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what's up. That's just you ran across. It was a highway.
No, it's Eisenhower Avenue. It's 4 lanes, traffic on both ways, and they don't stop for our kind. You know what I mean?
So you risk your life.
To get across the street a little faster. Yeah, worked
Okay.
out.
Yeah, it worked out. You almost died, but it worked out. Aisha, what you think?
Currently, I would say proximity because I am currently single and my money's not long. And I don't want to wait until the weekend if I want to be touched. I want to be touched within an hour's distance. So, proximity.
Mm. So you saying you date based on proximity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, I know that I'm not moving anytime soon. So, I'm not even going to get into something long distance where that has to even be a discussion.
Okay. I think that's a little different take. I got a question for people who say it's destiny. Do you believe in free will?
Yes.
But then destiny, does that contradict that?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think it contradicts it. I think that's a part of the master plan.
Exactly.
You still offer the choice. Again, I couldn't have ran across the street. I could have ducked in a 7-Eleven, give me a coffee. It was my choice. You still allowed to choose. Now, whether it aligns the way you think it should or not, then it's different, right?
But it's destiny though. So you would have went to 7-Eleven and she would have took her time. If it's
Yeah.
destiny.
And my life probably would have been ruined after that. I would have never been.
Well, no, what I'm saying is she would have took her time as opposed to you running across the street. She would have waited for you to come out of 7-Eleven if it's destiny.
Yeah.
You can't change the course of destiny, can you?
No, not if it's written. If it's written, it's written.
So then how do you have free will?
Because you're still allowed to make the decisions along the way.
Come on, make good choices.
Yeah.
You saying that the choices you make the path like Candyland or Monopoly, but you still end up in the same place?
No, I don't believe in Candyland. I think to live is to suffer. But I think that you can make choices along the way that will massage your path a little bit better.
But it's still this. You're still gonna end up in the same place.
I agree.
Okay, I think that's fair. So, but there is no free will in the sense of you can change your destiny.
Correct.
Okay. So I don't know if you believe in free will.
No, I do believe in free will. I could
Kinda.
choose to live a different lifestyle. I could have done something a long time ago that it could have got me sent to a different direction. That would have been my choice.
But you were destined to end up in the same spot.
Yes, I believe so.
Does anybody see my hang up with that? Or it just making sense?
No, there's more than one straight
I-
line to a direct to a path, right?
Same end though.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
seen Final Destination?
I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah.
They be trying all types of shit and they still get their heads knocked off and they fell off a roller coaster. You know what I mean?
But I think that's where the free will comes in because they still
Yeah.
tried all types of shit.
But they can't change the. Doesn't the end isn't the end goal the main thing?
but that's not at least how I'm understanding and how I believe, right? So your free will is literally your ability to make choices.
Yeah.
That's it. Your destiny is like, what is the outcome? Don't know. I don't
Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's a matter of how you get there.
right.
Right.
And your destiny may not be tied to a specific person, right? Your destiny may not be tied to who I am tied to now. I could have made a lot of bad choices and not have been as happy, right?
Question.
You know, that's still
Question.
free will.
Mm-hmm. Question, Sean.
Yep.
Did you say Pacific or specific?
I said specific.
Okay.
That's
I
You've been hanging.
enunciate pretty well.
You've been hanging around Alex every Wednesday,
Oh,
so I don't know
whatever.
that shit rubbed off on you.
Whatever.
So for me, I don't believe in free will. So I know that everything is ordained and destined. So even these may feel like choices because we're human beings, they're all directed steps. But I get that we have the perception, we perceive that we're like choosing to go to school, choosing to do this and the third. But I think that that was already in place.
How could that be true? You can get up and not do anything, and that would affect your life in a different way.
But God builds you a certain way. People are or are not like that, you know? Like I just feel like for me, I can't. I mean, you guys, you know me. I be up early, whatever the case is, because I just not built like that. You know, so I feel like the Most High will like put you in a particular way to where some of those things that you say could happen won't happen to that particular type of person.
So then, with that theory, though, right? Because it's God built and there's no free will. It's all destined, right? So that's now saying God has made people to be pedophiles and horrible people and all the other negative stuff that happens. Is that
Yeah.
something you subscribe to?
Yes.
Okay. So then, how do you punish those people? Because that's what your same high power made them to be. So
Yeah,
technically, going to their calling.
Yeah, he's gonna punish them. So it's literally says he made evil people. He says, the wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So
What page
he,
that's on?
Psalms 58:3.
No,
What
what
page that's on?
What
You know what a reference?
Say again. I can't hear you.
Whom?
P, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I just want to know the page, not the chapter. I want the page number.
Oh, Paige, go ahead.
Bruh.
Paige, get the fuck.
what page that's on?
Oh man, I'm done, man. I'm just saying, but yeah. So I just think that everybody who is inherently, I think people are inherently wicked. So yeah, I think all of that is true. I think pedophiles are gonna be pedophiles, no matter how they flip it. And I hate them. Just wanted to put that out there.
And I
So-
hate them.
So you do, so Hamp, so you don't believe in free will.
Mm-mm.
You believe that pedophiles were created so that they can suffer?
Yeah, they created to be destroyed.
I don't agree.
I don't agree with that.
I know the Bible says it, but I know you guys don't like that part either.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
we'll talk off air because this is not.
Right. It'll never end.
I know. Well, it's gonna end for y'all. It ain't gonna end for me. I got 1,000 free will verses in my head right now. I was hoping somebody wanted to pull a trigger, but
But
No,
to
I just-
circle it back, I don't think proximity is ever in the equation. Like I said, because you could be in the same place, the same region, same time frame, same place, and never bump across in the right person. I mean, that's just, it's almost impossible to plan to be in proximity to be with somebody.
But even outside of just like your partner, just in general, like you hear stories of people saying like when these world catastrophes happen, like, this happened to be the day that I was late for work and I missed this situation because I was late for work, or something happened with my kid, or had I gotten there, a minute before, I might have been involved in this accident or the situation. So I think destiny isn't just specific to people. I think you end up where you're supposed to be at the right time. And even in the realm of like friends, and I've always heard people say that anybody in your life that you meet is 5 years in the making. Like it happens. And like one thing that I did when I heard that, I started asking people like, what brought you here? Like, how did you end up at this school? You had all these other choices, but what brought you here? Just to kind of find the connection of what brought us together. And again, like I said, with my situation, like we were on campus this whole time. We had mutual friends, but I never saw you. We never spoke a word. And it just happened to be that one time, but we had the interaction. So I definitely think destiny is a thing.
Yeah.
I believe in destiny, but do you guys think that there's one person for everybody then?
No.
Like a soulmate?
No. But that goes back to destiny being for an individual person. Now, I think destiny could, if you're supposed to end up as a happily married person, then that's destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that's assigned to a specific soul on the planet. No, I don't believe that.
Right. I think people have several soulmates.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
And you just end up with one if you're monogamous.
Yes, if you choose that.
And
you
That
should.
would be free will. Yeah.
you should. So that's, Alex, that's a good point, right? For like people saying we making these choices, but I don't think, Sean, I don't think you aim to be late. I think things happen that you don't control that make you late. Things happen that made those people miss the 9/11 plane that they didn't control. So I don't know. It's just an interesting like philosophy, I guess.
Yeah, if we could figure that part out, we'd have a lot more answers to questions that we don't have right now. So
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Any final thoughts on partner based on free will or proximity? Oh shit, not destiny or proximity. Good, cool.
good to go.
I like it. I appreciate how articulate and professional everyone was for that discussion. You guys usually don't have that much decorum, so I want to applaud you guys.
I'm waiting for the ball to drop. What's the next?
Right.
Exactly.
Listen, man, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. We're streaming on YouTube, Twitch. We have the podcast. They would come out after the live show, but I think the best experience is to watch on YouTube. All right, next topic. So this been going around, little boys playing with kitchens and easy bake ovens. Should that be a thing? Should little boys be playing with easy bake ovens? Aisha, let's start with you.
I wholeheartedly think that they should. It's a life skill. They need to know, or wait till 6th grade until they get a teacher like Miss Scratch and Sniff to teach them how to make cookies. No.
Oh, Miss Mouse. Yes.
No, you teach them. It starts early. I think if you say they can't learn, play with those toys, you're saying that that is strictly for women to do when they get older. I think that's what you're teaching them at an early age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Alex, what you think?
Cooking is a life skill. And 70% of chefs are male. So I don't know where people think, oh, this is a woman's job, this is a woman's thing. No, like you need to learn, even if before you get married or you get with your partner, you need to learn to have these skills, or you're not supposed to eat until you get with that person.
Now, chefs, I'm not sure if that's a good reference, because that industry is aggressive and competitive. So men are naturally more aggressive and naturally more competitive. So that's why we become the biggest chefs in the Chef Ramsay, because of how that industry is set up. Not so much because we're males, right? Because what's the number of people? We get that the biggest chefs are 70% are males, but there's reasons for that. But how many chefs are males? We probably would need to get that number.
But with that, the perception is that cooking is a woman's job.
Mm-hmm.
So where does that balance out? If it's a woman's job, then out of the chefs, the individuals that choose to be a chef, 70% of them are male. So where does that come into play with male and female?
Okay. Yeah, I understand. What you think, Adrian?
So like I got all daughters. So if I had a son, I mean he could play with them, but I'm not buying my son a kitchen set. I don't think the one way or another, I don't think it has anything to do with like it being a life skill, or because I never had it and I cook all the time. Right. So if he wanted one, like dad, get me a cook set or a grill or something like that, I wouldn't mind getting it. I think it's just one of those things that people are just blowing up way out of proportion. So yeah, I don't think it's even relevant at all to how they grow up or if they're gonna cook or it's a woman's job. I think it's, again, one of these things that's just blown up that doesn't even matter, and people take to the extreme, like, oh, my son can't play with this because women should do it. And then now we just find any and everything to go back and forth on, and it don't really matter. But I'm not buying my son no kitchen set. Like, I'm not, oh yeah, let me go get him a kitchen set. Nah, I'm not, that's not gonna be my thought process.
Somebody, so y'all not gonna say nothing? Adrian,
Say what?
you can't. So he can't have it, but it doesn't matter.
He said
But
he
you
can
ain't
play
buying
with
this
it.
shit.
He said he can play with it.
Yeah. I'm not
But
saying he can't have it.
But
Yeah,
nobody
I'm
else.
not
But
saying he
somebody else
can't
got to
have
buy
it.
it for him.
Yeah, I'm not like, if he asked me for one, if he just like, we in the store, Dad, I want a cooking set, I might be, well, yo, cooking is easy. Maybe get a little grill set. I'll suggest something else. But if he wanted,
I want the Martha Stewart collection.
So the
What if-
easy bake oven is what's bothering you. You can't have the little purple oven. You can't have that.
Like I said, I'm not gonna say he can't have it.
No,
It's not your
bro.
preference.
But I'm not going to just buy him one just for no reason. And then I got girls, so shoot, play with. Yeah, you can play with your sister easy bake oven. With that's not what I'm thinking about getting him to play with. I'm gonna get him some tools, some trucks. Like, that's just what I'm gonna do, and I don't think it's gonna hinder him at all because, like I said, I cook all the time.
So what if you come in the house, Dad? Look,
He
got a Play-Doh cake. He got a Play-Doh cake. He got a Play-Doh cake with an apron on.
I mean, that's cool. So it's different too, because I'm a lot more mature now and I see how I got to do these things, right? And then so because of my profession too, I'm a lot more accepting. Now, if you would have caught me like fresh out of college, it would be an honest, like, no, what are you doing? Nah, you can't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm like, okay, that's dope. I bake cakes and stuff. So he probably gonna see me doing it, but it's better to have him in the kitchen watching me do it versus, like I said, a toy easy bake oven or something. It's not gonna really have no impact on it. But again, I don't see my son coming saying, hey, look, Dad, look at this cake I made. Like, I don't know. I'm glad y'all bringing it up. It might be something I would struggle with a little bit. I don't know. Like, hey, let's go play some baseball or something. I put the cake down and let's go do something else. So I don't know.
I'm trying to have some Girl Scout cookies. You sound stupid.
Oh, wait a minute. All right, so P, what can the baby boy play with easy bake ovens?
Absolutely. Like, I think that's the wrong toy that we're focusing on for me, right? Mm-hmm. Toys don't have a sex for the most part or any type of gender role for the most part. And I always put the asterisk there. An easy bake oven, you want to cook some shit, go for it. Because I'm not cooking, so go for it. But I think I would have a bigger issue, and y'all gonna fry me for whatever, but I would have a bigger issue if my son wanted to play with like Barbie dolls. Like, I don't think I could handle that. Like, and that's probably why I'm not a parent now. But for other reasons too, right? But I don't think I could handle that. I would much rather you play with the easy bake, something that again is a life skill, right? I can relate that. I can rationalize that in my brain. You're gonna have to do that at some point. But a Barbie doll, walking in somebody's heels, and I'm not here for that. I'm not doing that.
So I think men associate those as like one and the same a lot of times.
Well, that's what we would call toxic masculinity. Although I hate the term. I hate the term. But that's what that is. Like, that is what we drill into boys, right? You can't do this, you can't do that. So then we end up with these grown-ass men who then perpetuate the same thing because they don't know how to be in touch with their emotions. They don't know how to communicate that. They don't know how to express anything other than anger and maybe happiness, but happiness is really just rooted in I'm not angry right now. Because those are the only two things that we let them feel.
Okay, I understand. Sean, so the boys play house or play football?
Well, that's a different question. That's a different question. But no, as a man, you would have the tendency to push your son in the direction that you want him to be in, that you wanted to emulate yourself. If you're not a chef, then that's probably not a toy you would buy your kid anyway, your son anyway. And to Alex's point, if 70% of the chef profession is made up of men, I'm sure those men didn't grow up playing with easy bake ovens. So to push or to allow easy bake ovens for your kid to play with would be maybe unnecessary if that was to be their skill set. Like Adrian said, we grown men, I cook too. I didn't play with an easy bake oven. If anything, I destroyed my sister's easy bake ovens, but I still cook, So I don't think that dictates how you turn out. But I think if you allow your son to have that type of imagination with his childhood or his toys, then you broaden the spectrum of his mental capabilities anyway. So, I wouldn't say that it's wrong to play with an easy bake oven, but there's always ways to channel your kid in the direction that you may see fit best for them.
So you're saying yes to an easy bake oven?
That's not what I said.
Well, I'm asking you.
I said, I gave you an example. I said there are men who are chefs, to Alex's point, who didn't grow up with an easy bake oven. So what
I
is
heard you.
So,
But what I'm asking you is, if Babe Boy said, "Hey, Dad, I want an easy bake oven," are you buying it?
Well, I mean,
Yes or
personally,
no?
I'd like to find out why. Why you want an easy bake oven?
Yes or no? You either buying it or you're not. Like now you can't.
Well, to me, I mean,
why you can't answer the question? Hold on. Let me
I'm
do something real quick. Let me do something. Yo, what's up, man?
I'm answering the question.
Alex, Alex, ask him again, please.
It's a yes or a no. Are you buying it or not?
It's not a yes or a no.
It is.
It's not a yes or a no.
It is. Are you buying the toy or not? He comes to you. He says, "Hey, Dad, I want this easy bake oven." He said something very direct to you. Are you getting it or you're not getting it? It's a yes or no. It's nothing to think about. You buying it?
It's very black and white.
To me, it's not black or white.
It sounds like it's okay to
it's
say
not black and white. And
no.
I'll tell you why. Because with anything that you get for your kids, you should question what they want and why they want it. If you just get it because they say they want it, then they don't want anything under the sun.
So if he asks for a basketball, you gonna say why you want the
Why
basketball?
you want it?
Yeah. It depends on your kid.
Okay, so let's say it's
put him in the fucking bedroom.
Right.
Come on.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
You say, "What do you want for Christmas?" And he says, "I want an easy bake oven." What are you saying?
Okay, son, why you want that?
Nigga, because I want to cook. Now run me my oven.
Right, like stop.
Okay, great. So if he has that response, I say, "You want to cook? Okay, Saturday when I make dinner, you can come in the kitchen with me."
I want an easy bake oven.
He's trying to bake with a little light bulb. I want the easy bake oven. That's what it is.
But what's the difference of the real like stoves and ovens compared to the toy ones, like the ones that look like toys and kid appropriate?
Because that's imagination. Then that's something that he's imagining that he can do. We can do it in real application in the kitchen.
No, the easy bake oven makes food.
It makes real food.
Huh?
Yeah, huh? Don't say that. You know what it is. Stop.
You can hear.
And honestly, many preschool classes have these kitchen sets and stuff in it where a lot of boys do gravitate towards.
Okay.
I mean, there's also what we overlook with cooking in general, right? Like it's hands-on. Most boys are tactile learners. They have to touch. They got to manipulate things. So that makes sense. But let's go back to Sean. So you're struggling with answering this question, which lets me know that you really want to say something different. Let's just say what you want to say.
This might be risky. Just say it.
Might be risky, man.
Well, I'll say that I'm not struggling with the answer to the question. I'm telling you how I parent. If you're asking me, I'm telling you how I parent. And the same will work. And I was trying to say earlier, the same would work if my son said he wanted a basketball. Like, okay, why you want a basketball? My son doesn't like basketball. I love basketball, so he doesn't like it. So if he came to me and said, "Dad, I want a basketball," why you want a basketball now? You want to?
I just muted him, man. I can't believe this shit, man. Are you kidding me?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Come on, man.
I like video games. Because I like them. I like to cook and eat. So I want an oven. Why?
All right, P.
Y'all not in the habit of asking your kids why?
Not a basket. Come on, man.
Come
It's a
on, man. What?
basketball. It's a football. No, we're
Okay,
not
and
gonna
if
be
no,
like.
no, it's not that simple. Because if your kid didn't like it and expressed that he didn't like it, and all of a sudden he wanted, what we saw kids at school playing, you playing on the playground. What is it? What's behind it?
So he tells you he saw
I'm sorry
somebody
that I asked
playing.
questions.
So
I'm sorry that I asked questions. My bad.
If I
so Hamp,
had
what's the original question again?
Sean done convoluted the conversation, right? I apologize, Q.
No problem.
Should boys be playing with easy bake ovens, right? Obviously the question is like the kitchens, the house, that type of thing. Like, is that for little boys to be playing with? Yeah.
I think it's like it depends on how they're playing with it and how old they are.
Okay.
Like, if they're using a kitchen set and they're playing with a little girl and they say, okay, I'm the mom and you're the dad. And that's not really how you want them to be using that, because at that point, it's not a life skill. It's not being used for the purpose of a life skill. They're playing with it in a completely different way. And that might be a little bit questionable, again, depending on how you want your child to grow up. And then also age, right? So we're thinking maybe up until age 6, 7, probably a cutoff to be playing with those types of toys. Um, I don't personally think that it serves a purpose of a life skill if a child is playing with that. I think the real life skill comes from them actually being in the kitchen, learning how to cook actual real food that you can serve to the masses. Because even though easy bake ovens do make cool things, that shit tastes like trash, and it really isn't. It really isn't a real oven. You know what I'm saying? So
It's
it's
not
like
comparable to a
you
life skill.
you need to get burned a little bit. You need to learn actual temperature settings, and kind of go through those things to learn how to actually cook. I think maybe a lot of y'all on the panel that are men who could say y'all could cook, I'm sure that's how y'all learned, was right inside the kitchen and not from
Mm-hmm.
playing with a toy kitchen at school.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
And I know there's a lot of women who play with easy bake ovens who can't cook a lick.
I'm
So
about to say the same thing. They can't cook with the goddamn. So yeah, I agree.
I so on Sean's point, like if I had a son and he's like he never wanted to play football, and he come to me like, Dad, I want to play football. I'm gonna be ecstatic. I'm not gonna ask him. I'm going to the store. We getting all types of shit that are related to football. Because Sean, your original point was you want your kids to emulate like what you want, what you like. A lot
yeah.
of people live through their kids. So if baby boys say, Dad, I want a basketball, we definitely going to Models.
Well, I mean that you could, but then you got to figure out why you're doing it. I
Ah,
think if you don't ask the question or try to figure out why, it may not be real interest, and then you may be placating your kid because he got bullied or he got teased or some he got interest because he watched a commercial or something like that. And a lot of times, to what you said, we want to push our kids in the direction that we want them to go in, but then that may not be the right direction for them. I could want Bryce to play basketball. My son named Bryce. I could want my son to play basketball. But if he don't give a shit about basketball, I can't press it on him. And if he acts interested at one point, just because I'm watching the game, he may not really be interested. I don't want him to like fake be interested because I'm watching TV. So
yeah.
you got to ask the question, because if you don't, excuse me, if you don't ask the question, then it may not be real, and that's
I
to
so
include easy bake ovens.
so I got a
I'm
question.
a, oh, go ahead.
I got a quick question for him, right? So
Yeah.
I agree with you. I always tell parents, like, explore anytime you're having conversations with your children, right? Don't just react. If they ask about anything, relationships, and explore the why to get to it. So let's say you're exploring the why with the easy bake oven, and he's like, well, I just seen one. I like the way it looks, and I just want to see if I can cook something on it, for myself. That's something I really just want to try. Yes or no? Are you getting it?
Okay, cool, son. You want to practice cooking? Let's go in the kitchen Saturday night. We can get this
No,
done.
I want to practice on the easy bake oven.
We can do it real life. See, that's
That's
your
not what
role
I
as a
want to do
parent, though.
though. But that's
But
not what
that's
I
your
want to do though.
But his answer is no, he's not buying his son an Easy Bake Oven. It doesn't even matter. There's the answer.
That's all we wanted.
But that's your role as a parent, right? That's your role. That's your position.
Okay, so just in life, just in general, do you always have to ask if you ask me, we're together and you say, hey, what do you want to eat? And I tell you, okay, I want Thai food tonight. Are you then going to be like, well, why do you want Thai food?
Are you an adult? I tell you,
because that's what I have a taste for. Are you then going to be like, well, why do you have a taste for Thai food? You asked me what I want. I told you what I want. And now you're coming up with more questions. So it's never
well, okay. So to your point, Alex, that's me asking you the question. What do you want to eat?
So
that's me asking you, what do you want to eat?
Right. So if you come to if you go to your son and you say, hey, Bryce, what new toy do you want? And he says, I want an Easy Bake Oven. If he was very clear and specific and he said, this is what I want, are you then going to continue to ask? Because at the end of the day, it's going to circle back to because I want it. You asked me what toy I wanted, and I told you what toy I wanted. And then you, instead of just saying, okay, you continue to prod and ask more questions, which isn't a bad thing, but I don't want to be in the kitchen with you. I want my Easy Bake Oven. So what does it matter? You're either getting it or you're not. And it sounds like you don't want to, and that's fine, but just say that.
No, Time out. Y'all ain't gonna be coming to Sean like that. No, first of all,
I mean, Sean said himself up for the roundabout.
No, because I gotta say this because I understand what y'all trying to do, but I also understand exactly what he's saying. Like, I get very clearly what it is that he's saying. Like, you have to. I think you deserve to be inquisitive about those types of things, right? He mentioned basketball. Well, you're talking when your child is serious about that, that's an investment. So you're not just going to be like, oh, he's eager to play ball. Then, yeah, let me just go ahead and invest. I think what you guys are trying to do to him is you're trying to make it seem as though he has an issue with the gender role or sex part of it. And that's not what he's saying.
That's
he's
not
just
what he
saying,
said.
like, I wouldn't just go get my kid just anything. Like, if his daughter wanted a tool set, he would want to know what her interest is in wanting a tool set. Does she want to, be a contractor? But then if he feels she's passionate about being a contractor, the better thing to do might be to link her with an actual contractor as opposed to buying her the toy. It doesn't mean that he doesn't want her to have the trade. But it seems like you guys are trying to put that on him. So I got your back. I know what you mean.
Of course. Thank you, Q. Thank you, Q. Of course they are. Thank you, Q. Thank you, Q.
Easy Bake Oven. It's a $20 Easy Bake Oven. It's a $10 tool set for boys or girls, whatever, right? We're not like, let's not make this a life choice. We're not asking to invest in an AAU team. We're not asking you to buy uniforms. Little nigga say he want $20 ass microwave thing, or your daughter said sis want to, she want to put on her big boy pants and get a wrench in a socket. Yeah, ask the question. Sure. Are you gonna do it or not? But if you're asking these questions and then your alternative is, well, I'm gonna just do this. That's not what they asked for. And what you're doing, like, again, we're also talking like this is a 6 or 7 year old, right? You're gonna put this person in the kitchen, put this kid in the kitchen because you don't want to buy a $20 microwave.
Well, my son is 9, right? So he's like he can make his sandwiches, he can pour cereal, so if he wants to do something in the kitchen, he can do it. My point in asking is trying to find out how much into this endeavor we're gonna get. Because even if it's a $20 purchase, it has some type of psychological effect, short or long term. So what if that's something coming from your dad? I mean, I don't really know any other way to tell y'all or to explain it to you how I parent, but that's how I do.
Question. All right, let me give you more of a hypothetical. The Easy Bake Oven isn't pink.
That doesn't make a difference.
You shit me. It's black.
That doesn't make a difference. It's still called an Easy Bake Oven, right?
Okay, so Adrian said a grill. Like maybe I'll get him so I get the point. I get and I understand, like, if this is what you want, I just want some more clarification. I understand what's got you interested in that. I understand that piece. I also understand Adrian's piece of you could play with it, but it's not necessarily going to be my first pick of choices when I go to get my hypothetical son a toy. I understand that piece. I'm just trying to understand and clarify. Is this something that you do with let's say it was an Easy Bake Oven. Let's just say it was a jump rope or a ball, boy or girl. Are you then going to ask me, well, why do you want a ball? Because I want a ball.
Yes. I'm not a frivolous spender when it comes to toys.
Okay.
My son could go through the Target and say, hey, Daddy, I want this. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's an action figure, you got Magneto. Why you need Professor X? Like, why do you want both? I do that all the time. It's not like just an easy bake oven. It's everything for me because I want to know. I want to know what's behind it. And because if you just buy, then you just spending money. And that's not their real interest. That's just something they see. Kids see stuff they want all the time. Doesn't mean they're gonna play with it. My daughter loves baby dolls. The LOL girls. She don't play with them things at all. At all. She see it on TV, YouTube Kids, and then all of them pop up, and then nothing. So yeah, I do ask because I want to know if this is legit, if this is real. Are we gonna point ourselves in this direction, or what's behind it? Not just he want an easy bake oven. Oh, let me go get one just because he want one.
Okay, so let's say you ask him,
Yeah,
he
it's not
tells
going.
he tells you why he wants an easy bake oven, right?
Uh-huh.
It seems like he has a genuine interest. Then
Hmm.
you're saying you're willing to go get the easy bake oven if it's in the budget.
It's not about the budget, how much it
I'm
costs.
just
Easy bake.
trying to, so I don't want you to try to wiggle. So it's you got the money. He articulated why he wanted it,
Uh-huh.
right? And it's around so-called Christmas time, right? So everything's lined up.
Hmm.
Are you buying the easy bake oven?
It depends on what he articulated. You said he articulated why he wanted it. Is that legit? Is that real?
Okay.
Now we got to validate the reason. It's okay. I'm gonna get son the easy bake oven.
Yeah, Uncle P bought you the easy bake oven.
I'm gonna throw a glitter bomb on it, like boom,
Glitter bomb with the easy bake oven.
boom. Now it's extra.
Yeah. Point blank, I'm not buying the easy bake oven. I'm not buying a kitchen set, none of that. I think that people have roles, and I think those roles applied a long time before we heard of what a gender role is, so on and so forth. Men hunt and gather naturally, right? We have the physical capabilities to do so. Back when win was win, right? And then women would do their part in the home, and I think that's more of the same.
So you buying your little girl a tool set? She asked for it.
I don't know.
What you about to say?
I don't know.
No, I don't want her hands to be rough.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that they need to cook and clean.
Well, she don't want to cook and clean.
Huh?
That's why you got to understand the motivation behind things. It may just be inquisitive. How does this work? How does this happen?
I want to help you out in the house, Dad. That's why. I want to know how to fix and put these things together.
I got it, son. Go for it.
Daughter. I want to know how to do it.
Yeah,
Daughter.
I mean, maybe, but she's still gonna cook and clean. She's still gonna know how to do her duty and responsibility. So when she get a family, she can hold her family down. Her family be properly structured. See, my daughters are gonna have order. They're not gonna just be wilding, right? Like they're gonna have order and structure. They're gonna understand what the hierarchy is, and they're gonna know what to look for in a man.
Did you always, so when you were on your own and in college, did you not clean your room, or did you have a female come over and clean your room? Or did you wait for your mom to come and clean your room?
I play football and I'm a Q.
That's not what I asked. Who cleans your room? Who cleans your room?
I clean my room sometimes, I guess.
Sometimes. But how did you had to learn that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why wouldn't you want your son to also learn how to clean?
I didn't say we don't learn these skills. But he,
with someone?
At 6 years old, he should be doing boy stuff. Getting in the fights, playing football.
Now, if your question was a certain type of toy specific to how the demographic where we grew up playing with action figures and reading comic books and superhero, all that, blah blah blah. If that's the question, then that's different because that's something that's been assimilated in man culture for 150 years. We grow up thinking we're the superhero, we're the action figure, we're the sports star. That's different. But if you're asking if I will buy an easy bake oven, you didn't say an easy bake oven versus an action figure. You just said an easy bake oven. So if that's the case, yes, I want to know why. I don't have to ask why for an action figure because that's already assimilated.
So
Yeah.
back to our original point, Q. So he was proving our point correct. See?
I know, Sean, you done fucked it up.
Look at Big Sad. Hold on. I ain't had to say it.
No doubt, Sid.
Ain't nobody cleaning no room. Ain't nobody writing no papers.
I stacked my shoe boxes up. I did that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The shoe boxes always stay stacked, and the shoes be clean. But yeah, man. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I think that we try to get so far away from the things, but I feel like these things still make sense. Like I feel like they still make sense. Like you take like the females that are trying to be firefighters. Do you know the percentage of women that fail before they get to pulling the body out of the house? They fail. 60% fail trying to do pull-ups. So they can't even pull their own weight, let alone get to the body pulling part, right? People think, oh, well, they can't drag it. No, they can't even pick themselves up.
Have you ever put on a jacket, like one of those jackets?
No, like the pull-ups.
But I'm saying like the actual firefighter jacket alone is like a whole body.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's wild heavy. Like I had a conversation. I'm like, there's no woman in the world stronger than me, right? Period. So I looked up the max bench press for a woman. It was 457. I done 450 in my life. So ain't no woman stronger than me. Like there's things that are actual facts.
What are you pushing now?
You sound like you're hesitating up there. What is it?
I'm getting kind of old, man.
Time, huh?
Stall him out,
get
Pete.
405. I can get
Stall him out, Pete. Stall him out.
Stall him out. Pete, you always got something to say, man. I wasn't prepared.
Hey.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I want my daughters to be in order for sure. So they definitely got kitchen and easy bake ovens and Barbie dolls and books and all that type of shit. So, Sean, we will give you one more opportunity. 1 second, Alex. Alex, can you ask him the question?
All right, Sean. You ask your son, Bryce, what do you want? What toy do you want for Christmas or your birthday? He says, I want an easy bake oven. Are you telling him yes or no?
I know y'all want me to falter, but I'm asking him why.
It wasn't an option.
All right.
It wasn't an option. I didn't know it only came down to two decisions when you're making those type of choices. But yeah, I'm asking him why.
All right, so since I understood Sean the most, I'm gonna just say no for the nigga. Like it's no. No, he's gonna say no.
Oh man. Thank you, Q. Your man. You tried to hold him down too.
For real.
He couldn't do it. Golly, man. Oh man. That's funny. Adrian, we winding down, but I want to ask you a question. Does body count matter? He blew his breath.
It depends, yo. Like, it matters if I know you. Like if we went to school together and your body count was crazy, there's no way I can ever. It don't even got to be crazy. If it was somebody I knew, like, probably not. But no, I really don't think it mattered. Well, yeah, it mattered, y'all. It mattered. But women be lying anyway. You know what I'm saying? No woman really tells the truth. So
it don't matter, right?
Nah, it don't matter. You got to be pretty spectacular though for it not to matter. I feel like if you got a crazy past, you got to be pretty spectacular for me to be like, yeah, that don't matter. Because I think it's just something about just like not wanting to share nothing or You know what I'm saying? Being with somebody that you know a lot of people already done had. Yeah, it matter, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Are men really asking women that question though? Like at our age, are we really asking women how many people you've been with?
I mean, nah, not really. But you will know. That's why I said it depends. So, like, you know, with us being older, we know how certain people were in college. And yeah, they may have changed their life around now, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You got way too many bodies for me. You know, I still know some of the people. You know what I'm saying? I still know some of the people.
All right. Hey man, that's an awesome subject, man. That easy bake oven. It's hard, man, because we in such a what we would deem progressive world. You don't want to say the things because you know that cancel culture, and sometimes you feel like you can't say the things. You know, so interesting. Well, look, man, I don't really mess with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Final thoughts.
Yeah, if you not gonna get your child an easy bake oven, just say no. Just say no.
And similar to that concept, if you are not in proximity of into an easy bake oven, you will be destined to get one from me or somebody in his life.
Sean, it's okay to just say no. You know, it's okay. No.
Nah, but seriously though, Sean, I like what he talked about asking questions. So I think, you know, anytime your kids come to you with anything like relationship or I want to be married, ask them explorative questions like why. Like that's really helpful.
Proximity doesn't matter. If he got that money to flew you out, get you flued out. And most women only been with 3 people.
Oh my God.
Facts.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
What J. Cole say multiply by 3? But no, not to that point. You should ask your kids questions, man. Find out why they like things, why they want things. Don't just buy shit just because they say they want it.
Yeah. I think everything is destined, even the person you with. You know, I think that you should try to make the choices to make your path as easy as you feel. But you know, I think at the end of the day, you will end up where you're supposed to be. I think kitchen sets and easy bake ovens are for the beautiful little girls that we have and make. So let's continue that trend. Um, Boys play with X-Men. All right. So like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.
Peace, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.